What screams I have zero self-confidence. I have a coworker that routinely does so poorly. You could honestly walk up to him, make up a problem and he will think he did it. Interpreting every social interaction as a personal attack. Why are you attacking me like this? A friend of mine does this, but she also has a PTSD condition due to growing up with a narcissistic alcoholic parent who designated her the black sheep of the family. She is basically hypertensive, constantly on guard, and if you crack two seemingly similar jokes about a subject she cares about, she can be fine with one, but explode with the other, because her span of what is acceptable is so much smaller than a normal person, and the reactions can be very outward, and sometimes she just keeps it in and lets it build up, hanging on to it for days. Not saying that it's acceptable, just saying that it could mean the person has a more serious underlying problem other than just poor self-esteem. I think they are pretty much the same though. Having poor self-esteem can be caused by abuse. So she might be reacting due to poor self-esteem caused by her abuse. Yes and no. PTSD can be caused by traumatic experiences, like being raped, bullied or experiencing combat, and low self-esteem are two different things. Both low self-esteem and PTSD can be treated, but if PTSD is tied in, it becomes much more complex and difficult to treat. For some it is a lifelong battle. All I'm saying is that one should have that in the back of the head when dealing with someone like that, and be careful to not just label them as just another Karen. Give that man a hug. He needs it. If it makes you or anyone else feel better, we both work at a retail store doing curbside and are across the street from a Taco Bell. One customer he helped went across the street and bought us 48 tacos because of his service. So, every now and then, even he gets a win. 48 comes from 4 12-packs and I think they choose that number because we typically have 15 to 20 people working. By going that high, you could reasonably give every employee 2 tacos, instead of rewarding a single person or pissing off all the people left out. That might be separate from the underachieving, so here's a thing I learned about myself. There is this bit of me that believes I do a bad job at everything and I cock everything up. I accepted this as being reasonable until I was in my early 30s, when I was walking home from work one day and there was a burst water main closing the road. The fear that grips me when I see it? Oh no, what have I done? Taking the blame automatically in every bad situation, even if all evidence shows they had no contribution towards the problem. And not even putting a fight about, just assuming they're wrong always. Also another one is if you compliment them, even casually, they will find it extremely difficult to actually believe that you're being sincere and it's not a joke. I know these two because I was this way. It's impossible for me to accept compliments, even from my husband. I just figure he's trying to be nice and is obligated to say it, despite the fact that he pursued me. My brain just doesn't let me think correctly. One thing that helped me with this is being able to react to the person as though I do accept it, even though my brain doesn't believe it. It's a bit of fake it till you make it, but it worked for me. I started doing this when someone pointed out that it feels really shitty to give someone a compliment and have them immediately essentially mock you for saying something nice, that they probably do mean. So basically, I started accepting compliments out loud for the other person's sake, and that helped me over time to not have the immediate brain rejection of the words. My wife does this too. I'll tell her she looks beautiful in an outfit and she just replies, "You have to say that." No, I don't. I could just keep my mouth shut and not say anything, but I think you look good and I'm verbalizing it.